sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. So already you know what is DHCP and DNS or how to configure IP address or whatever the topics we are covered in that one also. If you have any doubt or then put it in your WhatsApp group. I will give you that related information or video or anything. If I miss something in it also, please inform us. Okay. So whether you are clear voice and accent or not clear, or you are clear accent or not clear. Give at least half an hour for your technical preparation and give entire remaining time for what are the waiting for your things like you are waiting for version and prepare for your version. If you are waiting for voice and accent, then prepare for voice and accent. If you are cleared voice and accent, then put a remaining entire time for your technical preparation plus communication. Means questions, what are the question you will get it and how to tell answer. Practice answering. It's a, guys, explanation is different. Reading is different. Answering is different. Writing answer is different. Telling answer is different. Okay, so at a time of interview, how to tell an answer. Okay, so that is practice. Okay, people who are not having immediate a technical round after this one, so please give half an hour for practice. Those who are waiting for voice and action completed people, put most of the time for your technical. So based on your previous batch questions also, you can prepare it. Okay, so compulsory check it. So it will set your mind. You will get a lot of questions and answers. Maybe whatever it is happens. There is preparation is always help you to the subject as well as thinking process also. Okay. Okay. So anyway, so we started already recording has started. So then it's a DHCP, DNS. First we'll go into see the DHCP. DHCP is a protocol, right? So dynamic host configuration protocol. Port number is 67, 68, two port numbers are there. Very straightforward way we can say like this. This is a client machine, a DHCP client machine. The client, so we selected, if it is a desktop like a Windows system, we selected obtained IP address automatically. In a Windows system, so to get IP address from the DHCP server, what option we are selected in network adapter? Obtained IP address automatically. So then our system will get an IP address from, try to get an IP address from DHCP server. Okay. So our system is DHCP client system. If you configure a system with a manual IP address, then it is not a DHCP client system. Okay, you take a desktop and you configure their IP address manually. That is not a DHCP client. It is a manual static IP address. So it's not a DHCP client, not automatic configured. Okay, so your system need an IP address from whom? A DHCP server. So there is a server. This DHCP server can be your DHCP server. It can be your Wi-Fi router, or it can be your mobile phone hotspot, or it can be a separate Windows server as a DHCP server, or Linux as a DHCP server, Unix as a DHCP server. Sometimes in our system, that's virtualization platforms also, that is virtualization applications, also act as a DHCP server. So there is DHCP service is there. It also provide a virtual, it's also provide an IP address to their virtual machines. Okay. So for example, in my system, I am having a virtual machine. To that virtual machine, one thing is my system also providing virtual machine. How my system will be? There is that is that VMware DHCP services will provide a IP address to that VMware related virtual machines which is running in my system. So DHCP server is either a separate dedicated server or your Wi-Fi router as a DHCP server. If you connect anything to your mobile phone hotspot, then your mobile phone acts as a DHCP server. Okay. So actually there is 4 steps to get an IP address from DHCP server. So what it is simple. Say you want an IP address in your system. So you should configure either manually you should configure IP address to your system. Otherwise you should get an IP address automatically from the DHCP server. So for that what you will do, you send a request to the DHCP server to get an IP address. So then DHCP server assign or configure IP address to your system. I said only 2 steps, but actually there is 4 steps are there. We'll see that one. Once again, what is a DHCP server? It assign or configure an IP address to DHCP to the client system automatically. To get IP address from the DHCP server in the client, you have to select if it is a Windows server, Windows system, it is obtained IP address automatically. Okay. We will go to that one also. ncpa.cpl. Okay. The commands and settings, what I'm showing is, please compulsory check once, guys, in your system. Do not change anything, but just for checking, do it. So you will remember what commands we are using. Because while you are using a system, that's with these minimum basics must be known. Okay. Yeah, this is see, this is my IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP, DNS. I got an IP address from DHCP server. That's it is DHCP enabled yes. And this is the IP address. I got it from DHCP server. From which DHCP server? From this DHCP server, I got it. Okay. I said what option you should select. So go to the properties. This one, properties. Then again scroll. IPv4 properties. Obtained IP address automatically. Means you are specifying that it is get an IP address from DHCP server. If you want to configure IP address manually, this is APIPA address. You want to configure IP address manually, go to IPv4 properties, then you will select use following IP address and you have to specify the IP address manually. Now you can specify any IP address. Just because it's a virtual adapter, I am not required to do anything. So simply I put my virtual adapter. Gateway I'm not configuring because gateway throwing in errors. So it is DHCP enable now. Again, close everything and open. See DHCP enable now. IP address, subnet mask, DNS server address. If I mention default gateway, it will show default gateway also. But it is not showing DHCP server address, means this I configured manually. DHCP enable now means IP address configured manually. And proper IP or not. It should not be, that IP address should not be 169.254. That is also you have to check it. Why it should not be 169.254? It is APIPA address. Once again, DHCP server assign or configure IP address to the client devices automatically. That's all. Okay. So before going to the how this DHCP server works and so we'll see the difference between manual configuration and automatic configurations. Okay, manual means you can configure IP address manually or you will get IP address automatically from DHCP server. Manually means you have to assign IP address to your system, to your devices, right? So, so if you configure IP address to the device, whether it is your laptop or a desktop, or maybe if it is a mobile phone, or maybe it is your smart TV, or it can be your Wi-Fi router, or maybe it is your regular routers, your firewall, anything. So that is called a static IP. Means IP address won't be changed automatically, even the network is changes also. You have to change it manually again. Okay. So otherwise you have to convert into that automatic mode. So then you will get IP address from DHCP. Right? That is the point. So it is static IP. So when we use the static kind of IP manually, why we should configure manually? When if you do not have a DHCP server, then you go with the manual configuration. Small number of devices. The number of devices are very less. 10 systems are there, 20 systems are there. You don't have a DHCP and you don't require DHCP for a small number of devices. Then you will configure manual. Very importantly, certain devices like a servers or routers, like a network, certain networking device, firewalls, modems. This sometimes like a ISP connected modem. That sometimes you will also configure static IP. Mainly for modems sometimes. But servers kind of stuff, printers, mainly network printers, servers, whether it is Windows server or Linux server or Unix servers. Okay. Or these routers, these are all interfaces we configure manually only because we don't require different IPs. Okay. We do not require different IP addresses. That's a very important. So regular systems, we are using laptops, desktops, IP telephones. We use dynamic IP addresses only. Okay. More number of devices increases. Like you have a 100 devices are there, 50 devices are there. So it's very difficult to assign IP address by going one by one system. So instead of that one, if you have a DHCP server, it is better because you will get IP address automatically. In another one is we are using laptops, right? So I came to office, I connected to office network. In office, our office DHCP server will give me an IP address. So once I work completed, I went to my home and I connected to my own network. So again, I will get an IP address from my own network, DHCP. Okay. So I no need to change IP address manually every time I connected to another network. In that network, if I have a DHCP, definitely I will get an IP address automatically. Okay. So that's another difference. In a manual configuration possible, wrong IP addresses, IP conflicts also possible. Like your two systems or two or more system, more than one system, you configured same IP. You configured same IP address for more than one system. Then what happened? IP conflicts will occur. Okay, means same IP for two system means these two system cannot communicate in the network. No one can able to communicate with those systems. Those systems also cannot communicate to any system. Okay, that is called a IP conflict. So how to resolve the IP conflict? So go to the system which is showing IP conflict. Okay, check their IP address configuration, change the host address in that IP address, which is not taken earlier. Okay, that's the one part. Not everyone knows how to assign IP address. Of course, I know how to assign IP address. Does not mean everyone knows. Technical people also don't know. So many technical people also don't know. Okay, non-technical people definitely don't know. Okay, people who are in our home, like they don't know how to be. Like you, some of you also earlier don't know how to assign IP address. Maybe now you know, but earlier you don't. So definitely, right? So, but you are connected to your network, but you want a network access, you need an IP address, but you don't know how to assign IP. So best way is DHCP. By default, anyway, it is obtained IP address automatically or automatic mode. You'll get IP address. For certain devices, it's very difficult to assign IP address. For example, mobile phones, printers, smart TVs, the smart LED kind of stuff also. So certain devices difficult to assign an IP address manually. So for that one, DHCP is more quite easy. So you're connected your smart TV to your Wi-Fi router. So once you are make a connectivity, so later you will get automatically IP address to your smart TV. So you don't need to configure manually. This is about a static or manual IP address. Okay. So we use a static IP for certain types of devices, mainly servers, printers, networking based devices like routers and switches, firewalls. Okay. Certain regular devices, we don't use static, we require automatic. Mainly, if you have more number of devices, automatic is always important. Mobile devices means like a laptops, mobile phones. So you are connecting to different networks whenever you go to different networks from home to office, office to some other places we are going. So you are connected to their network. So better to get IP address automatically. Okay. Automatic. What is automatic? Now almost all automatic points also we cover. So you got an IP address automatically from the DHCP server. That is called a dynamic IP. That is called a dynamic IP. Dynamic IP addresses will be changed. Maybe today I connected to my network, I got one IP address. Again, completed. Tomorrow again I connected to the same network. I may get a different IP. Today I worked, completed, closed, done, disconnected. So tomorrow again I reconnected. I may get a different IP address. Okay. So yesterday when I connected to my network, I got some IP address. Today if I connected, I will get another IP address. So there is a so it's not a stable address. Always same IP address, you will get it. It's not like that. Okay. You will may get a different IP or sometimes you will get the same IP. Depends upon DHCP server and DHCP server configuration. You may get the same IP always, or you may not get the same IP always. So there is a two chances of it. Okay. In my home, as per my Wi-Fi router, okay, as per my Wi-Fi router configuration, I don't get IP address, same IP address always. I will get different IP addresses. Okay. That depends upon system also. In our office, I will get always same IP address. Okay, even after 2 days, I connected, same IP I'm getting. Okay, Friday, what IP I got it, same IP I'm getting today. Okay, so it depends upon the DHCP server. It's a configuration, there's storing their previous information like that. First time you are connected, it will save that information. Okay, so when you change the network in automatic mode, automatically your IP address also changes. Even not only same day, you may not get same IP address when you are connecting to same network, but when you change the different network, definitely IP address should be changes according to that network from their network DHCP server. As I said, more. I connected here, I got from this DHCP, I got one IP address. When I connected to my home network, I will get another IP from my home network DHCP server. That's Wi-Fi route. Okay, and IP address assigned to the system from the DHCP server. In the DHCP server, there is a sequence number is there. Like that, what is the starting IP, ending IP is there. So that's called a scope. Scope means DHCP scope means there is a starting IP and ending IP. Between this starting and ending IP only, you will get an IP, not a random IP address. So obviously there is no wrong IP addresses and generally no conflicted IP address. Conflicts automatically resolved in the DHCP also. Okay. Everyone not required to know how to assign IP address. Just you have to connect it to the network. In the network DHCP server, you will get IP address automatically. Only thing is your system should be selected with a obtained IP address automatically. By default, it is got selected automatically for almost all every device. Okay. If you want to manually, then you have to change it to manual mode. Generally, almost all every device, okay, every operating system, it is selected with the automatic only. And also we can get an IP address to different devices, to your printers, your smart TVs, smart LEDs, mobile phones. When you are connected to that network, you will get IP address automatically. Okay. So that is the difference between manual and automatic configuration. Here is a key, guys. When I was worked in a different organization, we take the full sessions. Now we're not taking, but earlier days, like Windows Server means there's a 3 books. We'll take all 3 books, even CCNA courses, Linux courses. So one course is about to complete, and organization people ask you conduct some seminars, okay, by the students. So then they will be prepared on their own. So my favorite to assign the topic to the people, those who are good in a certain position, not very good, but on the average scale, they are okay. So for them, definitely I will give DHCP. People are very smart and very good. They will choose little harder subject like Active Directory, DNS kind of stuff. So what is the importance of DHCP is DHCP covers most of the networking related things. When you prepare for DHCP, you will cover IP address, subnet mask, default gateways, DHCP server, and DHCP process. That is one question. Okay. DHCP scope, configuration of IP address, manual configuration, you will know, automatic configuration, what settings you have to do it. It covers at least 5, 6 questions, includes DHCP and surrounding of DHCP related to IP troubleshooting. These questions also covers from the DHCP. So generally networking related interviews, once you are attend any interview now or later, even you are while working, so for internal promotion or maybe you want to go for networking side and networking domain side. So this topic is very helpful to answer many of the questions. And that is also DSCP failures, troubleshooting, APIPA is one of the important questions. People are chasing on different things nowadays. What is the new things like that? But infrastructure is always stable, guys. What are the new technologies will come up? But background infrastructure is always same. Always same. Server is server, network is network. Okay. So that's a core subject of the total IT. So core infrastructure is a very, but slow growth in that domain. Infrastructure domain is starting is very slow one. But once you gain experience of 3 to 5 years, you are in a stable position. It's stable and slow for at least 3 to 5 years. But let it is, of course, you have to add on things, new technologies adding up. So then the growth is there. Multiple domains, going through the multiple domains also help you to grow into the very higher levels. Okay, but you have to be patient at least for a 3 to 5 years. Okay, but you have to keep on learning different subject, keep on moving to the next levels. It is always a subject. And going to the higher companies like HCL type of companies, that is also very important because next level you want to go. It is helpful for because of the previously you are working in a good big organization. So then it's very easy to go to the another organization after 2, 3 years. It's quite easy. Okay. So some people say like, I will get this and I will get this and full stack paying 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, wasting of it. No, I'm not going to out of topic, just be there in a DHCP. It helps to answer many questions. Okay. Yeah, how this works in general, I draw one diagram, right? What is that? So here it is a client. Client ask DHCP server, I want IP address, and DHCP server assign IP address to our client. Only 2 steps, right? And you see this is a DHCP server, and these are the systems connected in the network. And this A, B, D are a DHCP client system, and C is not a DHCP client. Why? It's already configured with a static IP address. So C is not a client. So this picture also helps you to understand. And there is a DHCP scope 190.168.1.10 to 190.168.1.110. Almost like 100 systems. 101 systems can get IP address from this scope. Means 101 IP addresses from DHCP scope. Okay. So first system, second system, third system, when they are requested, they'll get IP address from this range only, one by one. Like A came and asked IP address, we got a 190.168.1.10. And B asked for IP address, it got an IP address 190.168.1.11. And D asked for IP address, it's 190.168.1.12. But what happened here? In the C system, I configured IP address manually, that is 190.168.1.11. Now B also 11, C also 11. So B and C IP conflict is occurred. Both are having same IP address. So what is DHCP server will do it? So it will receive this IP conflict issues. Immediately it will changes B's IP address to the 1.30. Then it will note down for CBPC is not 1.11, now it is 1.30. So automatically IP conflicts also will be reduces. Okay. This DHCP server can be your router or Wi-Fi router, or it can be your Windows server or Linux server. It can be any system having DHCP services inside. Once you assign an IP address to the device, so what it will get? Your IP address, the device, identity IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, DNS server address, and lease period. Means when IP address is assigned, when it is going to be expired. Okay, that is lease duration. So I'm not going with this lease duration deep. Just there is a duration. When you're checking IP address, you can also see lease uptime, lease expiry. That's called a lease duration. It all depends upon DHCP. Even DNS server address, default gateway addresses also depends upon your DHCP server configuration. Okay. Yeah, I put another option, that is how to configure manual configuration. Okay, and how to understand it's manually configured or automatically configured. Okay, obtained IP address automatically, and how to check IP address, automatic IP address. What options? Okay, and this checking also. Okay, obtained IP address automatically means you are telling get IP address from DHCP. Use following IP address means manual configuration. DHCP enabled S means you got IP address from DHCP. Check the DHCP server address. No means manually configured. In your Wi-Fi routers, it is configured start IP, end IP. Okay, this is 1.100 to 1.99. So totally 100 IP addresses it is going to give. So first system got 100, next is 101, 102, 103, 100, like that. Okay, and other can. So this is like in a Wi-Fi router, how it is configured. Guys, understand up to here? Very good. Okay, so the another point in the DHCP is how a client device got an IP address from DHCP server. So earlier I draw only two lines, that is the client asked DHCP server and the server will give you an IP address, right? Only two steps, 1 and 2. But as I said, there is actually 4 steps are there. What are those 4 steps? Actually, client don't know where is the DHCP server at starting at least. So morning I came to office, I power on my laptop. So once the device got turned on, so my adapter want an IP address because the selection is obtained IP address automatically. So my adapter don't have an IP address. So my system check it. This adapter, what option obtained IP address automatically. But to get IP address from DHCP, system don't know who is the DHCP server, at least before starting. So what it will do, it will send our DHCP client system will send a packet to everyone in the network. It send a packet to everyone in the network. That is called broadcast, right? How it will send? So to send anything, you need a source and destination. The client view source IP is 0.0.0.0 and destination IP is 255.255.255.255. The 255.255.255 is nothing but a broadcast IP. Okay, source IP 0.0.0. So that is a reserved unknown IP address. So DHCP client don't have an IP address, so it is the protocol. What it will do, DHCP protocol, what it will do, it's make it the packet as a source is 0.0.0, destination is 255.255.255. Means the packet will be sent to everyone. But what packet it is? The packet name is discover. Okay, packet name is discover packet, DHCP discover. The packet is DHCP discover. To find where is DHCP, it's sent to everyone. Sent to everyone in the network. In case in your network, if you have a DHCP server, so DHCP server also receive the packet. Other systems also receive the packet, but there are not DHCP servers. What they will do? They will drop the packet. They drop the packet. Now DHCP server receive the packet. DHCP server received a packet. Okay. And check it. Yeah, it's a DHCP discover. Means, are you DHCP server? Are you DHCP server? Like it is asking to everyone. So DHCP server received it and check the packet. It is like a DHCP discover. Yes. Are you DHCP server? Yes. I'm the DHCP server. It accept the packet. But DHCP server don't know who is the sender. Okay. Who is the sender? But while you are sending packet, you send with your source MAC address. Okay. With your source MAC. For example, DHCP client is like a C. C that client means I am representing C for a client purpose. Okay. So source MAC address of DHCP client and what is the destination MAC? We don't know who is the destination, right? Views 12Fs broadcast MAC broadcast address. We use MAC broadcast address for a destination MAC address, IP broadcast address for destination IP address. Source MAC is client knows, so it will add a client. So the packet is, it can be DHCP server identify you based on your MAC address first. Okay, to identify you, you do not have an IP, so it will identify you as a MAC address. See here, it is a MAC address is playing vital role, very important role here. Okay, directly with the MAC address, you are not communicating, but we use a MAC address for unique identification, not unique, so like recognition purpose. Okay. So, and DHCP server store this information. Now DHCP server, because you don't have any kind of IP address, so it cannot unicast. So DHCP server send an IP offer, exactly say it broadcast an IP offer to DHCP client. It broadcast an IP offer to our DHCP client. What is that? This is called a DHCP offer. Okay, it'll give you offer. This offer taken by the client, offer taken by client. Yes, this is my MAC address. So it will put a destination MAC address. The destination MAC address is okay, this client MAC address. So based on the MAC address, the client recognize this packet is belongs to me. Other devices will drop the packet. Okay, so it will take it. Yeah, this packet is belongs to me, and this is packet contains IP offer. So it will say, yes, I want this IP address. It will send a request that is telling that, yes, I want a, it is send a DHCP request. I want this IP address, but still the client don't have an IP address. So then it will broadcast that same packet to everyone. Okay. So it send a DHCP request to the DHCP server. Yes, I want this IP address. So again, guys, client send DHCP discovery packet to find where is DHCP server. Once DHCP server receive the packet, understand the packet content, which is like some system with a specific MAC address. That system need an IP address. So DHCP server replies, yes, I have an IP address like this. I have this IP address. Do you want it? Like it will give you an offer. So this DHCP client receive that packet, check it. It's like it belongs to it or not. It will just check yes based on its MAC address. Then it will broadcast a request. I want an IP address. So DHCP server once receive a request, it broadcasts an acknowledgement to the client. The client receive this acknowledgement. What is that? Acknowledgement, ACK. This by acknowledgement means the client will get configured with the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS server addresses, DHCP server address, lease duration. Mainly the acknowledgement contains lease period. Lease period also. So this is called a DORA process. DORA means discover packet first, then offer, request, acknowledgement. This is DORA process. So what is a DORA process? Very rarely asking, but this is very important to understand for troubleshooting as well as what is DORA process. But some people will get this, what is DORA? Guys, if you are able to tell this what is DORA also, it is added advantage. So DHCP server assign IP address to the clients, right? We know that one. What is that process? We call it as DORA process. Process of assigning IP address. Process of assigning IP address from DHCP server to the DHCP client, or the process of getting an IP address from DHCP server by the DHCP client is called a DORA process. What is DORA? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. So if you got this question, what is DORA? Do not try to explain. Okay, first tell abbreviation. Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Okay, then explain in a simple manner. Listen carefully, guys. Maybe you are confused little earlier. Some maybe Here the broadcast, but simple stepwise I will tell now again. Please check it. DHCP client send a discover packet to find a DHCP server. DHCP server receive the packet and give IP offer to the DHCP client. So DHCP client send request for that IP address to DHCP server. DHCP server assign. So DHCP server give an acknowledgement to the DHCP client. The client will get configured with IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP DNS server addresses, plus lease duration, lease period, lease uptime, lease expiry information. Even this is also, if you feel bigger, simple. So client send discover packet to the DHCP server. Client to server. First is start from client only. Client send discover packet to the server. Server give IP offer to the client. Client request for that IP address to DHCP server. DHCP server give acknowledgement to the client and client will get configured with IP address. That's it only. Okay. What is DORA? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. DORA is a process of assigning IP address to the clients or getting an IP address from DHCP server. The process, DHCP process, we call DORA process. Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Client send a discovery packet to find DHCP server. DHCP server receive the packet and give IP offer to the client. Client take the offer and ask for the request for that IP address to DHCP server. DHCP server give acknowledgement to the client. And then client will get configured with IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS server, DHCP server, and finally lease duration also. Okay, this is DORA process. Here only I'm draw something. Guys, understand the DORA process?
Yes, sir.
Very. So I have another client system, for example, C2. Very good. This is already having an IP address. For example, my system, I put slash all to get all the full information. Okay. I got an IP address from DHCP server from this DHCP server. But if you see lease uptime, lease expiry. By this time, this IP address, it is assigned to me, will be expired. What is this expiration? Really, it won't expire. Of course, it really also it is expired, but actually what happened? So my system got already IP address. So I have an IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, DNS server. Means I know who is a DHCP server also. Now, my client, what it will do, it will check the lease duration. Out of this lease duration, total lease duration, it check the 50% time duration. For example, here in this, the lease duration is 12 o'clock to 9 to 12, means it's around 4 hours, right? 3 hours, 4 hours, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 hours, less than 3 hours. Because it's 21 second, 19 second. So this is the 3 hours duration. So think like there is a 4 hours duration, because why 4 hours? If you split, it will be easily we can able to divide it by 2. Okay. Total lease duration is 4 hours. Okay. Morning 10 o'clock, I got the month. So by 1 o'clock, it will going to be expired, right? 4 hours, sorry, 4 hours. So 14, 2 o'clock, it will be expired. Yeah, sorry, it's in okay. So by 50% of this time means after 2 hours, means you got IP address. When you got IP address after 2 hours, what this machine will do it send a request to the DHCP server. Yes, this is my IP address, subnet mask, and you are my DHCP server. This is my lease duration. I got IP address at this time. Please extend my lease period. Extend my lease period. Then what it will do? Yes, okay, no problem. And it will give acknowledgement. Means your lease period will be extended to another 4 hours. Means, as I said, if it is at 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock means 11, 12, right? So at 12 o'clock, it will send this request and we received at 12 o'clock 4 hours extension. Means after 12 means it is 12 plus 4. That is 12 plus 4, 16. So this lease duration is extended to 16. So remember when I got an IP address, when is an expiry, if you check for after 1 or 2 hours, it is going to be changed to the new one. Okay. So what is this? Every 50% of total lease duration, system send a request to the server to increase its lease duration. Okay. So like that, even again, 12 to 4, again at 2 hours. 2 hours is a 50% use. Means at 14. 14 means 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock again, it will send a request to the DHCP server to extend the lease duration. Okay, we receive acknowledgement. Again, it increases. And 18 means 6 o'clock. So like this, every 50% time duration, it will be increases automatically. So our client will send request, will get an acknowledgement. But you don't do DORA completely. Okay. Why don't we do DORA completely now? Because you are already configured with IP address and your system knows already who is a DHCP server. Directly you can reach DHCP to increase your usage. If in case, if you are not at 50% of time duration, if you are not send a request to the DHCP server for lease increment, you failed, your system is down or disconnected, or you are disconnected from DHCP. DHCP is disconnected from your network. So you are not updated in 50% of lease duration. So for example, if you have any subscription, before subscription, only you have to recharge, right? Like your mobile phone or anything. Before validity time appears, maybe that's at least the day before only you have to do it, or maybe at least by the time. So if you're not doing by that time, you will be expired, right? Same thing. 50% of lease duration, you didn't update your IP address with your DHCP server. No request from you, from your device. No acknowledgement. So this period is not changing. Lease period is not changing. Lease expiry is not changing. Now, time expired. So time is completed. It's now the time, the expiry time is completed. So this is the time. Before this time only, you have to renew it. You fail to renew before this time. Okay, at 50% time duration, that's you have to update. You failed. Then again, next renewal time is 87.5 from the total duration. 87.5 again. This renewal process will run by client system. 50% at a time of 50% of time. If failed, then 87.5. In case 87.5, that time again renew process runs, again it will be extended. If you are failed and your time is up, what happened? In the server, it removes your entry. In the server, it not down. That is, particular this PC got this IP address. So there is a C2 system, got an IP address. This information stored in the DHCP server. So when DHCP server gave you an IP address to you, DHCP server also note down your details. This is a particular system, that MAC address, that IP address, it will note down. What IP address I given to this particular system, when it is going to be expired. Okay, before expiry, you have to renew it. If you are fail to renew it, okay, by if time is completed, it removed from the DHCP server. Okay, so again, client want the IP address, it has to run DORA process. Okay, so client don't have an IP address or expiry DORA process. Client have an IP address from DHCP, it runs only request and acknowledgement. This is additionally I am telling, so this much you don't require. But if you got it, understand, that's a good. If you don't get it also, don't worry. But up to here, up to what is manual configuration, what is automatic, what is DHCP, how the DHCP is works, okay, how to check IP address, what are options you have to select it, and what is DORA process, okay, that is, okay. And only one point in the DHCP last troubleshooting, APIPA. So then we'll take a break and we'll go to the DNS. Okay. Here it is. What is APIPA? Again, we know, again, same drawing. So we have a client, we have a DHCP server. I put a server name is S1, the client name is C1. So what happened? The client tried to get an IP address from DHCP server. First, of course, DORA process, discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Okay, so client is trying to get an IP address from DHCP server. Okay, so in case the client in case fail to get IP address from DHCP server, maybe it can be any reason. We'll see the different reasons. Okay, so client is unable to get IP address from the DHCP server. What happened? Okay, our client failed to get IP address from DHCP server. The system check it. Yes, the client for that adapters is trying to find an IP address. Failed to get IP address from DHCP server, or unable to get IP address from DHCP server. What system will do? System assign itself an IP address from this range that is called APIPA range, automatic private IP address. The range is in between 169.254.0.1 to 169.254.254. So 255.254. That's in this range, it will assign any IP address to you. So the network is 169.254.0.0 network. It's a class B IP address. It's a private IP and it's only for automatic private IP address for automatically assigned. Okay. Not you can't you don't use it for in your network in your systems, but it is used by system itself. Because you are not able to get IP and you need an IP, so then you got a APIPA. System self-generated IP address. System self-generated IP. And when you're checking an IP address, when you open your IP address, you are getting a network issues. What you will do, you check the physical connectivity and then IP address. Later you will see remaining things, right? Physical connectivity is good. Then you check the IP address, it is showing 169.254. So then then meaning is you are unable to get IP from DHCP server. Why you are unable to get IP address from DHCP server? Why you are unable to get it? The reason one, your DHCP server is not there. Actually, in your network, DHCP server. Okay? In your network, no DHCP server. First thing. Next, the DHCP services are down. Server is available, but service is down. Next, you have a scope. Okay? You have a scope. Means IP address range is also there. Okay? Means IP address range. So range of IP address mentioned in the DHCP server. So all these IP address are completed. Okay. You have a IP address, 100 IP address, all are completed. So no IP address available. No IP address is available. No IP address is available. Then also you are unable to get IP address. So DHCP server may not be there. Okay. Or maybe the server is there, but service is down. Or maybe server is down, or service is down, or IP address scope is down. Maybe it is disconnected. DHCP server is disconnected. So there is a possible reasons. One more last one is in the DHCP server. So there is specific deny or yellow list is there. Means in the DHCP server, someone mentioned give IP address to these devices only. It's like a yellow list. Okay. Or do not give this IP address to these devices, deny list. So verify the allow and deny list in case it is mentioned. So there also you can't able to get IP. If you mention the allow list, your system, then you will get it. It's not mentioned in your allow list. Automatically it's a deny. It's mentioned in your deny list. So obviously you are denied. Definitely. So it's allow and delay work in different manner. Means like a firewall, I give a yellow list. Means if these people should be allowed, means remaining are denied automatically. So you're not mentioned yellow, so obviously you're denied. Deny list. For example, deny list. These are should not give allowed. Deny list means these people are these networks, these systems, not allowed. Means all remaining are yellow. So it's not in the deny and no yellow. Yellow is empty. Only these are denied means automatically remaining are yellow. Okay. So this is a kind of yellow deny uh, kind of things. Okay. Yeah. So these are the possible things happens in your network. So for example, I showed one adapter that is got a APIPA address because that adapter is not connected to any DHCP server or any DHCP service related kind of stuff. So automatically it got a APIPA address. We'll check this one. This is statically configured. Maybe we'll try this one. Yes, it is auto configuration IP address. Means I'm trying to get IP to this adapter automatically from DHCP. But this adapter not connected to any DHCP server. So it shows an IP address is 169.254. So there is no DHCP server is connected. Okay. So how to resolve this one? One is if no DHCP server in network, means you should configure IP address manually. Manually, you should configure it. First one. Second one is manually configure. That is good one. Okay. Second one is DHCP server is available, but you are not getting IP. So server is connected to your network or not? Server is there, but it is connected to network or not? From your system to DHCP server, there is a connectivity is there or not? Only your system is getting a problem, all are in the network also getting the problem. Okay, all are in the network also getting the problem. So check it. DHCP server is connected or not? And service is running or not? If service is not running, then in the server, you have to restart the services. DHCP server, DHCP service should be restarted. Next. Check the DHCP scope. In DHCP server, check the scope. The scope, as per the scope, IP addresses are available or not. Check the status. How many IP addresses? Total IP address. How many are given? How many are available? What are the IP addresses? There is a IP addresses available or not, or all IP addresses are completed. In case all IP addresses, it is showing completed. 100 IP addresses are there, but in your network, you only having a 50 systems. So what about this 100 IP addresses? 100 there, total is 100, but only systems are 50, 60 systems. But it is showing, DHCP server showing IP address not available. So restart the IP address. Restart the DHCP server or DHCP services. It flush all the cache earlier records and remove the older what we can say leaves records. So you have to refresh or remove the old records. Restart the services, maybe resolve it. And what is the next one? Your system is either in the LO or deny list in the DHCP. Means you are getting a problem, means your MAC address wise it is mentioned the DHCP, you are not allowed. So like that. Sometimes in your in a Wi-Fi router, mainly in organizations Wi-Fi router, if you connect, you know the Wi-Fi username and password, so you connected. So you're connected to Wi-Fi, but you won't get any IP address. So one of the reason is their LOR denied list. So they didn't permit you to connect to their network, so they don't give you IP addresses. Okay, so this is the server side issues. So these are the server side. So you have to verify one by one. Server is available or not. Not available, manual configuration. Service, restart the services or restart the server. Check the scope. Is any IP address are available or not? In case IP addresses are not available, either increase your scope range, or restart the services. In case scope range is good, but it is so many IP addresses are consumed unnecessarily, even it is not required. So restart the services. Next, check the yellow or deny list. Any yellow or deny list is specified in your DHCP server. Okay. So these are the checking. Just in case, guys. DHCP server, from there we cleared. So earlier it is not connected, now it is you are connected. Okay. Maybe it is down, you are started again. You restart the services, now it is working fine. Okay. So maybe you change the entire DHCP server, everything is fine. So, but your system still showing this IP address only. Server is available, running, able to give IP address. You are not in the denier allow list. No problem. So you may get an IP address. But still your system showing APIPA address only. It's not changing to the new IP address from DHCP. So APIPA is configured, that is temporarily. But when DHCP ready, this APIPA should be gone, new IP address should be, you should assign. What to do? One is, you can enable, disable this adapter. Right click, disable the adapter. Again, right click, enable the adapter or double click on it. So then it will be enable, disable, help you to restore. Like again, by disabling, all configurations will be gone. By enabling, you try to get a configuration. So obviously, you will get it. Otherwise, you can use this command. This command is also important, guys. IP config for a checking IP address, subnet mask, default gateway. IP config space / all to check IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, DNS server address, MAC address also, and lease durations. Then what is this IP config space / release? To remove old auto-configured IP address. If adapter configured manually, that IP address, we can't remove it. But ipconfig space / release, we can able to remove or flush IP configuration of automatically configured IP address from your adapter. It can be anything. So your APIPA is also automatically configured, right? So it will remove that IP. And ipconfig / renew means, again, you will try to get a new IP address from the DHCP server in your network. So that is renew to get an IP address from DHCP server. This troubleshooting not only for DHCP, this APIPA error, guys. Sometimes you connected to your network, you got an IP address, you're working good. Now suddenly what happened? Your network connected to different DHCP server. The DHCP server is changed. But you are not getting new update from the new DHCP server. You want a new IP address from new DHCP server. But it is still showing the older IP. Then what to do? DHCP, okay, either disable, enable the adapter or ipconfig space / release, ipconfig space / renew to get a new IP address from DHCP. Okay, so this is the point. Next, same scenario. So even you change the network. So based on your new network, so from that DHCP you should get an IP. It is not updating from old IP address. Then also we can use this one. Or if you got APIPA you got it means you have failed to get IP from DHCP. So then you have to check DHCP server is available or not. DHCP server is connected or not. Service is running or not. Okay. Scope. So DHCP ranges are available in the IP address are available in the scope or not. Okay. So in case okay, this is what it is. I'm saying what I'm yeah you have to verify this. Once it is fixed from at a DHCP side, and you will get automatically a new IP address to your system. In case you didn't receive an IP address to your system, even DHCP side is everything is fine. Then again, what to do? Either enable or disable the adapter, or you can go to command prompt, type ipconfig space / release, ipconfig space / renew. Okay. So this is total DHCP, guys. Of course, practically how to implement DHCP services and all, we don't know, but this is a troubleshooting also. Okay. I hope you got it. And next we'll go to DNS. So DNS also 2 points are there. One is what is a DNS, how it is works. Okay, what are the other commands? And there is a DNS, one total diagram is there. It missed here it is. Okay. We don't go to total things. And next one we will see about other things. So what you will do, So back in 10 minutes, guys, 12:05, then we'll, okay. Okay. So back at 12:05. So have some refreshment or anything. And tell your guys to join again because next we'll going to discuss DNS and DSCP and